Alright, welcome in from Sunnyvale, California. I'm going to do a video on screening for stocks. I've been asked on several occasions. This one in particular, he's asking for alternative sources for finding quality stock breakout patterns. Well, I can't advise you on that. I have no experience trading breakouts. I'm looking for a different particular setup. Maybe this video will help you tune your criteria. I don't know, maybe not. Over here, HotStockMarket.com. Before I get into this, I have a trading log that I keep track of my trades. So it's important to point out that this is just a basic stock screening method. It's not anything special. It's just basic, and you can go to my trading log and look. I'm an open book with my philosophy method, and you'll see that I'm no big deal. I'm just struggling to come up with a strategy and working at it, every day. So let's get into what I'm doing. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to make any recommendations on buying any stocks. Just trying to show you what I'm doing. And in this log group here, non-index, I open that up right here. This post number 1 of this thread is my criteria, and I'm looking for USA stocks only because familiarity. I want to know the product, that kind of thing. I want to know. I want to have heard. If I have not heard of this company, I'm not gonna even think about it. And what I'm doing is strong monthly, weekly uptrend. Okay, and I want something that's in an uptrend, and I want to see it pulling back into a corrective phase. So basically, what I'm looking for is a long to intermediate term overbought. Okay, I want to buy overbought on that time frame, but I'm looking for, on the daily and intraday charts, I'm looking for a pullback to that trend. So I'm buying oversold on that time frame. Okay, time frames are very important to keep track of. And my big deal is I want to see a huge amount of volume. I want to see institutional interest. I want to see fear and institutions buying what they're selling, and then I feel more comfortable with that. So this is just what I'm doing here. And Morningstar ranking, okay, I'll look a little bit into the fundamentals, and Finviz or Morningstar, I can see what beta that I'm dealing with, and I'm not too particular. I think low beta is fine. More aggressive traders are looking for high beta, which is a little riskier. But I'm not too particular there. I'll look at the short interest. I'll look at option contracts that are being traded. But ultimately, it's this kind of stuff that gets me interested. And how I have that set up. All right, let's go over to Finviz. Click on Screener, and I have some presets. Just gonna. Volume is the first one I'll go through, and I'm gonna get myself out of here. I've already gone through this, so I know I'm not coming up with anything. So let's go over what I have volume set up on. Over 300 million is a little confusing because what I'm doing here is I'm weeding out anything under 300 million in market cap. S&P 500 is also weeding out the lower of the food chain. This is probably meaningless because what I'm looking at isn't going to be close to $5 USA I have set up. And the most important is I don't use the average volume. I find that this is beautiful. It finds exactly what I'm looking for. If it's happening on something that fits my criteria, I'm going to find it with just this setup right here mostly. I have some other presets I'll go through. But, I went through all of these. American Express is really the only one I've even heard of besides Expedia, and I don't really care too much for that. I'm going to switch this to 2, and that's going to give me more entries. It's going to weed out less, and, you know, so I'll just kind of do a flyover of the one like Procter & Gamble. No, that's not what I'm looking for. American Express I've already seen. Kraft looks pretty good. This is not bad, except that gap down is what, I don't know if you can even see that. Let's see if I can make things bigger. That's okay, but let's see what else is there. Yum, no. Noble, Kellogg's. This is the one that I added to my watch list, and over here I have, you know, where I made a note of that. So going back into here, and then I can, you know, click on it and take a look at, you know, you know, it's a low beta, short of the float, and it's trading 11 times earnings, 14 times next year's earnings. It's not really, it's not like, you know, like take Whole Foods Market or something like that. That's, you know, just comes to mind in terms of, and it's kind of funny that I look at this stuff when I don't plan on holding it for that long. I'm going to be buying option contracts, but you know, this is kind of, to me, this would, you know, is expensive. Let's go back to the screener. So usually what I'll do is I'll make a list of the ones that stand out, and then I'll go back over, you know, all the little fundamental details, and so oversold is another preset which is set up kind of the same way. It's a little bit too large, but I've added a technical indicator which is oversold. Okay, and that one works pretty well. And then what I'll do is to weed out more, I will, is it gonna change? Come on. Okay, here we are. Had to restart Finviz. I don't know why. Don't usually have to do that. Where was I here? Oversold. I will move this up, you know, try 1.5, see if I get less entries. Well, let's see what we got. XOM, no. So I'll just do a flyover, and I'm looking for something that looks, you know, Caterpillar, that doesn't look bad to me. Might even add that to the spreadsheet. Colgate, it's got more of a gap than that other, the Kellogg's. Still like that one a little better. Let's go. Yeah, I saw Yum already. Now Kellogg's is in here on this one. I've got Tyson. So I've gone through these already. The other upthrust preset that I have is looking for the particular candle. It's also set up, you know, a lot the same way, but I've added the technical indicator candlestick long lower shadow. So then that goes right to what I'm looking for in terms of candlestick. And Johnson & Johnson popped up. I added that to my watch list. I'm not too sure of the chart. But you know, I did make a note of it. I'll read some more about it later. But that's it. That's very basic. That's what I'm doing. And in my weekly log that I publish down at the bottom, I reference, you know, all the tools that I'm using, the software that I'm using. You can check out my trading log at HotStockMarket.com, and YouTube viewers, I will have links to all of this stuff, and that's it. Maybe I will see you on the boards.